Hello, this is Aoife, Midwifery Clinical Placement Coordinator. I'm going to look at the midwifery clinical placement for the fourth year midwifery students for the last 36 weeks of their clinical placement. Prior to this, their clinical placement has primarily been face-to-face in clinical placement with about 5% online activity. Today, what I propose to look at is a blended learning module where more online activity will be introduced into this module. And this is how the module is going to look. Firstly, I will have an introduction and welcome. The students are well used to using Moodle and have been using Moodle for the last 3.5 years. But again, this is the first time it has been used in clinical placement. Next, I'll have a glossary of terms used, and again, this will be to introduce any new terms, the likes of blended learning, that they have not been using before in clinical placement. Discussion forum is next, and discussion forum will be very important in this because the students work across sites. They work in Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital Drogheda, they work in Letterkenny Maternity Unit, and they work in Cavan Maternity Unit. This will allow them to have a discussion forum across all sites if there's any issues being raised. They can discuss it with the colleagues, and again, there will be a presence of a CPC in the discussion forum. A link to HSE Land is here for the students to avail of. Again, HSE Land is an online activity formulated by the HSE, where there's a huge amount of online programs and again a huge amount of activities that will be very important for the students while they're out on clinical placement. Next is a K2 online fetal monitoring program. This is a program that is all qualified staff are obliged to complete on a yearly basis and is available for the students also to do while they're out in clinical placement. It is to do with fetal monitoring and how this can be done in clinical placement. Lastly will be the videos, and again I have done some videos specific to skills required while working on the labour ward. Firstly, this is setting up a delivery trolley. This will be available for the students throughout their clinical placement. Also setting up an epidural trolley, checking resuscitator, and setting up an IV infusion via Baxter pump. I hope this explains what I propose to do in a blended learning module while the students are out on clinical placement. Thank you.